Since I was a little girl, I've always loved talking to people. It's something I've always been good at, but despite my colloquial speaking abilities, I despised nothing more than a presentation in front of my peers. It started to get bad in junior high. One of the worst moments I ever had was in my health class giving a presentation about asthma. I was randomly called out of the room and I got hit and flooded with a wave of anxiety. I did everything I could, but I couldn't suppress the wave crashing over me. All I wanted to do was run out of the room, but I felt paralyzed. Like Eminem's song, Lose Yourself, my palms were sweating, my knees were weak, my hands started trembling. I hated nothing more than presentations, let alone one that's over 5 minutes in front of my friends and teacher. On top of that, being graded. I could barely hide my nerves during this moment. Throughout junior high, similar instances kept repeating with the same symptoms, all because of one simple thing. It won't hurt you or kill you. It's not a venomous snake coming to attack me or anything tangible, but it was my enemy in school. Public speaking. Most studies show that people fear public speaking more than death, and truth be told, that was my reality in junior high. One day in 9th grade, one of my closest friends came up to me and said I should stay after school to check out joining debate. I was hesitant at first. There was a test the next day I wasn't ready for, and I knew I wouldn't get home for at least another hour. After a few minutes of convincing, my friend group and I had nothing to lose but time that day. I sat down in the room and listened to the two seniors in debate I later looked up to. In their presentation, they were convincing us to join, and it wasn't the skills you could gain by joining the club that stood out to me, but the sentence one of them spoke, quote, "The presentations in front of the class were a breeze when you joined debate." I knew this was the perfect solution to conquer my public speaking, anxiety, and everything that came with it. I knew I had 4 more years of presenting, so I decided to join to see if it could help. Once that year was completed, I joined Speech 2 and did a category called discussion with a group of about 7 people. I learned how to communicate better, problem solve, listen, collaborate, be a critical thinker, and overall be more confident in my abilities. In debate, I was forced out of my comfort zone and debated a variety of new topics I would have never looked into otherwise. I learned how to defend my case, research, ask questions, and be quick on my feet, and overall more comfortable with public speaking. After freshman year, I fell in love with both activities and continued them for all 4 years of high school. I grew in so many ways and gained an array of skills that are transferable in school and in the workforce. Speech and debate changed my life for the better. While the whole commitment was huge, practicing 2 to 3 days a week for 2 hours, doing research all day after school on Friday, and having to wake up at 6 a.m. every Saturday and being at a tournament at 7 a.m. while coming home at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., it was completely worth it. I became fully focused on improving myself and my abilities. I had nothing to lose but a round. I made mistakes. I succeeded, but most of all, I learned at the end of what I'm capable of. The time I put into these activities is what I got out of it, and I will carry these skills with me forever. Today, I can confidently say public speaking isn't my number one fear.